Welcome back to the Intel Esports Arena here for the final map of the week of this season of Pro League, obviously Season 7, back on the B stream. My name is Hugo, joining me, as always, Snots.
Well, not as always.
As always, from this week at least.
Hitherto,
You're trying to hide our relationship, I see what it is. Bit late. Cash, anyway, coming up next.
It is indeed. Cash is coming up. And obviously, 19-15 final score on the last map of train. Space Soldiers, we thought they were the ones going to take it 16-14 potentially. They lose versus the weak Force Spy from NiP at 14-14. And of course, it goes into overtime. And with the cash, we saw when NiP have an abundance of money, they deliver the goods.
They do indeed. Let's just find out exactly what's going to be happening straight into map number 2 here between Space Soldiers and NiP. We've got CT side for NiP. Space Soldiers, very explosive T-sided team as we know and love. So let's see if they can bring the heat here. Looking for a bit of revenge after Train not going their way. Again, it's P250 town for Xantares, dropped over from Calyx. He's going to be looking for a bit of damage early on. Won't find it. Just forces Dennis off mid.
5 sets of Kevlar here for NiP. Usually we see 5 sets of Kevlar and aggression used in tandem. Oh my gosh. Clinical, surgical headshot there onto NiP's get right. And now with the man advantage, Space Soldiers swarm A.
Yeah, and there's one more player at the back of the site to deal with. That's Draken, but he's so good from this position. Looks for a little bit more. There's a second from Dennis. Draken going down, and Calyx lines up 2 shots. So finally, Space Soldiers looking good on a pistol round again. Well, I say finally, I mean, it was both pistols they picked up on Train, but once again, they look good. Rez, unable to get back into the site, it seems. 16 HP has already been shot from the vents, and if he tries to cross, Major will surely not let him here. I think this round happens to be over, Snods.
Yeah, you would think so. Trying to save his Kevlar. Might even go towards CT Spawn. Instead, going to see if he can go for a peek. Maybe $300 additional extra cash. But apart from that, trying his damn hardest to save.
Well, the hunt begins with Space Soldiers. Again, nothing really to lose apart from Xantares, who hasn't received damage with his armor. But I mean, Major will be rebuying it anyway, so it won't make a shred of difference as he pushes for this kill. Rez just trying to survive. 1 bullet is all that's needed. At least Calyx will find it. There it is. 3 kills from him, and Space Soldiers will take the pistol. Save goes nowhere, and NiP with the force.
And of course, with the entry from Xantares there, such a nice shot on to get right. They managed to transform that one entry into an A site take. They get the site, 3 versus 2. They get the final frag towards Car, I believe it was, and then yeah, Rez last alive. Gonna save that 1 versus 3 scenario. Now he has the Kevlar. Could actually maybe drop over a scout as well, but don't believe he has. But oh my god, that looked like a flick.
That was filthy.
You know, the thing with Space Soldiers on Cash, you know, we know these guys have good aim, right? Cash is a map where you can really showcase how individually strong you are. The map is so level. Do you know what I mean by that? It's not like
it's flat.
It's just flat.
Like not like Nuke, where everything's up in the sky.
Yeah, overpass or whatever, right? Yeah. You name it.
Cobble.
Yeah, you name it, right? It's a map where everything is just so flat and your aim is just such a pivotal part of your play on Cash. And right now, Space Soldiers, especially online where they're all nice and comfortable, they're going to be delivering some disgusting headshots.
Yeah, I'd even say there's less off angles in this map than your average map as well. When you have like overpass, right, with Banana and Toilets, there's so many off angles you can play. Less so. People play standard angles on this map, especially on the CT side. Look at this from Draken. Normal angle to play. Will fall back, I'm sure, to just default and hold the spot. It's going to be Rez back in the corner. Does get one. Forest responds as well from the CT spawn. So actually, Space Soldiers going to be losing this anti-eco if they don't pick up the pieces, but they'll fall to pieces. Rez burns. But NiP, they're going to get the second round on the board, so not giving it all to Space Soldiers just yet.
1-1 scoreline then, as we head into round number 3. NiP, I mean, once again, Rez with the CZ is so strong in these Force Spies, it feels like. We know he has such strong individual aim, but up close and personal, able to deliver the quick flicks. Finds the opening 2 frags. That's a good enough distraction for Get Right to come in from behind with that Mach 10 and find the remaining frags onto Space Soldiers. But conversely, Xantares towards mid, finds that first frag onto Draken from Highway. Now we see the man advantage and the advantage in the court of Space Soldiers, so is Cash going to be a battle of the Force Spies potentially?
Very likely possibility with this first pick. Rez still sits here, re-smoked down. Got a bit of an angle into the toxic room behind, but no one's fighting. Calyx just holds on to that position right now because Space Soldiers don't want to give up map control that could be taken by an aggressive NiP player looking for a refrag. Rez, talking of aggression, won't give any. He'll fall back towards the checkers room as he is alone on B, knowing that if he gets picked, that's a site open. So wants to play somewhere a little more passive where he can defend and call for rotations. Maybe just play off of info. Oh my God, Xantares. Kill on A. That will force a rotate. Look at these position changes now for NiP. And Space Soldiers are completely double bluffed because they're walking right into the B bomb site. I feel like they should have bursted about 5 seconds after that, but now they've left it too late. Forest questioning this rotation is going to come back towards B. So now we actually have 2 players here. Smoke for the spawn, but Forest pushes out into the open. It could be a free kill, but somehow they don't take him down. Paz, flashed, counter-flashed, running into the site is going to be 1 player left, already dead. Forest can't get anything done. And Get Right, it seems like you're right. Battle of the forces.
Force buys.
Force buys. Look at that, flawless from Space Soldiers. Lots of damage just spread thinly.
Yeah, and once again able to transform those 1 or 2 entries from Xantares, one towards mid, one towards A, I believe, into a round victory. They get the first frag towards A. Sorry, towards mid. Xantares second frag towards A. They group up towards B. 5 versus 3. They catch Forest trying to rotate in towards the B side before the hit actually came, but preemptively a little bit too fast there from Space Soldiers. Catches Forest like deer in headlights, dazed and confused towards CT. So Rez unable to basically 1 versus 5. That B assault did eventually go down, and there you have it. 2-1. Space Soldiers fight back, but this time they have AKs.
I'd say if NiP can keep this force by war going, or if Space Soldiers will find 2 in a row that should level out the economy, force NiP to eco around, and Space Soldiers should be up to 4 off the back of that before we even see rifles. Good start to cash could be in their favor. But NiP, look how passive this is. Even Get Right, not challenging mid. That 1 rifle, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on him to take a pick here. So for him to not actually be fighting mid is a ballsy move to make. He'll finally go for a bit of information, but flashed out. Still fall back.
50 seconds left. No grenades for NiP. They have nothing to try and counter the assault about to come in towards the A side, but a 4-man rotation may be enough if they can get there in time, but actually Get Right with the only M4 as well, goes back towards B in a support decision.
Yeah, Xantares almost deked out. Major's going to get the opening kill though. Forest can't do a thing from the site. Paz coming out of Squeaky will make it happen, and Dennis, great with the pistols as we know, will respond with a deke, but is that enough, Snods? Space Soldiers have got the bomb down here in a 4-on-3 and already fallen back fairly passive. Xantares can't afford to give up that kill, so he'll fall as well. Get Right tagged with the nade. Maybe reconsidering this entire round, looking to hold on to these guns again. It will be the eco next round, so NiP, they can just repost these pistols back up with that 1 rifle as well.
Oh my God.
Are they going to go for this? They could. I mean, Rez is about to get this kill. There's Xantares dead. Oh my God, Get Right. He's on the other side of the map as well, so it's all an Engine pretty much here to hold this off. There's the first. Second one to be coming as well. Rez is running around with that AK-47, but he's not going to go for the fight. Engine doesn't overface, so a nice attempt from NiP, but it won't be the round.
Survive there with the Mac-10, maybe trying to see if he can find an AK on the floor. But apart from that, 3-1, and these buy rounds, these force buys essentially have been so back and forth. Dennis finding 2 headshots through the smoke with the Deagle. Ridiculous plays there, but still not quite enough to push them over the edge. It's going to go 3-1. Going to be the eco now for NiP, so Space Soldiers eventually win, as we said before, the battle of the force buys. Mac-10 going to be kept for Engine, obviously, versus the unarmored opponents, but Rez will actually have an AK to work with, dropped over by Get Right, I believe.
I'm impressed that NiP don't force her as well. That could have been an arguable decision that would be a big risk with getting 4 kills. I don't think that would have been the best of choices, so this eco is definitely a more safe option. Of course, it doesn't mean they'll likely win the round, especially not with the first rifle already dropped at the cost of none. Xantares dropping Dennis on the site as well, so no more Deagle antics from him. Get Right has to step up. Great spray as we know him, but Engine's already found 2 entries. So this round seems to be over, and it is. Engine triple kill with the Mac-10. Upgrades to the AK, and great money now for Space Soldiers. That's something that NiP need to get on top of.
But now we enter the buy rounds. 1-4, 3 on advantage here for Space Soldiers. Rez has $650. I hope he buys a kit. Buys a Molotov instead of a kit here, so no oh, actually Get Right bought one, so didn't invest in TM4. Get Right takes the hit once again in terms of firepower, but will have the extra utility on the defuse, get the double flashbang as well. Rez goes for the Molotov. Where is Rez playing? Playing towards B. So they have a Molotov just in case the big execution did come to the foreground, but Apart from that from Space Soldiers, standard default coming out, one door, one towards A main. Zantara's holding for the counter boost towards mid. He then have Engine holding towards B. He's done his B grenades. He's smoked towards B main. Molotov down towards Checkers. Sent his flashbang as well in case any AWP was pushing through the B main smoke. Which means Space Soldiers have some control towards this portion of the map. It's going to force the AWP from Draken actually towards the B bomb site. So 3 players towards A. They've lost control towards middle. That might signal an A take coming in from NiP, and it does.
GetRice pushed into main, so he's got all the info to work with as they start to make their way up. The bait for Dennis is such a good setup because Calyx is going to be focused on the edge of main, not the locker room. Zantara's waiting for the time to strike up in middle. Flash can come through. It's actually a deep smoke as well. So Forrest, well, he can jump on this top box. There's a big risk to make because he has to commit with the fight there. You can't jump up and fall down unless you really just don't even commit to the fight. But wow, he gets one and falls off. Zantara's dead. NiP have a great defense on this A site so far. Finally traded, but is it too late? 30 seconds left. 2 players up. Dennis already ready for this. Paz tries to push into main, but there's 3 players there.
2 versus 4. Bomb in control now of NiP as they took A main control at the perfect time, just before the hit came in towards A. Could even be a save here for Space Soldiers, but then again, the money's going to be low for NiP. You can try and maybe play for exit frags and deny some extra cash out of the bank from NiP. But NiP as well, so paranoid to give away their weaponry. They're just going to stay nice and composed. They understand that, you know, if they die in that scenario, their money is even weaker than Space Soldiers. Yes, they get the round victory, but it's not worth actually giving away and forfeiting their rifles. Instead, though, into round number 7, it will be another buy coming out from both teams, it seems. Zantara's can jump over an AWP and instead going to be buying up the AK. 5 AK buy on the TSR from Space Soldiers. Are they going to go for something a lot faster than we've seen before? The defaults have not been working in the prior round, and it seems that they're going to be upping the ante here.
Yeah, deep squeaky control taken very early on for Space Soldiers, so wanting to get presence towards the A side of the map. Obviously, they have to try and essentially retake main later in the round in the previous one, so they don't want to give it up as easily this time. Make sure that the position's at least held from Space Soldiers. Zantara's gets naded.
A late mid boost as well coming out. Going to be leaving Major alone towards boost so we can lurk potentially. Engine might be lining up a smoke outside A main. Actually, no. What on earth is going on right now for Space Soldiers?
Rez is pushed up, so NiP have all this info. Look at this. NiP have gone for a quad A stack. They're going to push main. Oh my god, that's ballsy. I'm not sure if I like that decision. You have the stack. There's no need to get too aggressive. And we know Space Soldiers are posted perfectly in A main. Dennis can make up for it, though. Draken certainly will. 2 kills with the AWP on the site. Shuts down that mid-split. And Dennis follows up. How have NiP done this, even with the stack? Maybe just Space Soldiers didn't expect there to be 4 players here. Zantara's will go down, and that's NiP picking up their 3rd round. That's a mess.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, Rez pushing in towards B. Engine obviously did the exact same as before. He does the smoke towards B main, the Molotov towards Checkers, the flash, the ricochet flash as well that goes up towards B main, outside Sunroom, to deny any initial aggression.
Yeah.
What you saw, 15, 20 seconds into the round, Rez pushes through the smoke, gets all the information that NiP need. For a second there, I thought they threw it when they went for a 2-man push in towards A main, where they knew that Space Soldiers had to either be all on boost or all towards A main. So a bit of a ballsy call, as you said, but it seemed to have worked out. And now they could be seeing themselves matched up 4-4, and Space Soldiers have run out of cash.
Ready with a pick. This round rests safely in NiP's hands, or it should do, unless we see a big one leak. Space Soldiers set up outside of B. 2 players here for NiP. Rez. Nade goes in, bit too deep, I think. Not going to connect. Rez and Forrest need to hit their shots. They've been fully blinded and actually bypass Major. There, it's going to take down Forrest, but Rez 3 kills. Flicks back on his heels and gets 1. Paz trades it, but that flash through the smoke is all that Dennis needs. 1 HP. But he'll get the round. So NiP 4-4 now, keeping 3 alive in the previous, so doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, more importantly as well, the fact he does stay alive, keeping the money afloat even more efficiently.
Yeah.
But round number 9, 5 AKs once again for Space Soldiers. It feels like, this is the thing, some teams, they use their AWP as a way of getting map control, but also getting first picks. How many times have we seen Space Soldiers on their T side of any map so far here, Hugo, use Paz's AWP to get first picks? They don't.
Point.
So it seems like for Space Soldiers, does that mean they're quite one-dimensional in terms of does their execute work? no, then how on earth are we going to win these rounds?
Yeah, I mean, they use it as more of a counter roll, but they're not even pulling
True,
it in
counter
now.
roll, yeah, CT side especially.
So reliable in these rifle players, and while they have great players, obviously Paz is still sick with the AK, you can't take that away. You're right. No opening picks here. Major close in the smoke. Counter boost for the CT side, but there's a T on the other edge. Does Major hear this? That's the question. Oh, timed well with the nades. Zantares has a smoke out in his hand, so that's a free kill for Forest. Maybe Major reacts, maybe he pushes through and tries to trade, but he plays reserve. Flashes through, blinds himself, tries to push anyway. Draken takes him down. Bit of a blunder for Major.
3 versus 4. But they've given up full control towards the B-bomb site. NG going to exploit that, pushed in all the way towards CT. Going to go for the wide face towards Car. Here's the steps from Draken towards Heaven. He can line up 2 players here.
Oh, what? He doesn't realise. He doesn't even see the head of the player pushes out. Takes Draken, but that, as you said, could have been 2 kills. Oh, he'll even get caught by Dennis with a sick shot as he exits the door. That should have been 2.
Yeah. Paz and Calyx both using their smoke simultaneously, so there's no longer any grenades left for Space Soldiers. They cannot delay the retake for a further 15 seconds to try and play the time if they had an extra smoke to work with. The bomb is now planted. Diffuse could see it for the CT side as Get Right comes in from behind. For us as well from Vent. It's going to be such a hard round for Space Soldiers to pull through.
Yeah, Paz has to hit this first shot. He's got to take down that player up in the vents. He knows Forrest is there. Forrest pre-firing. He knows it's a bait, though. Get Right's coming in from B main. Good timing on the flash, but Get Right is fast. Calyx, he needs to be faster. There's one. Molotov over the top can line up the second, almost the third on the spray. But it will be Get Right winning the spray battle, no surprise, for NiP's 5th round. This game is as close as you would expect.
Yeah, you're right. Close as we expect. I mean, Space Soldier, such a strong map on cash. NiP the same. And now with Dennis as well, I mean, yes, you remove Existence, an integral part of the cooling potentially, but then again, you know, was NiP known for how strong or tactically they were? No, it was more so about, you know, the Forest Get Right show, Draken as well having some incredible performances. Bringing in Dennis, perfect cool style in terms of matching the play style from his teammates as well now. You could argue in terms of more firepower as well.
Definitely. Even with cooling, right? But let's see what the firepower's like this time. It's a standard ace smoke execute 4 Space Soldiers, and frankly, that's just not enough. Zantares is the only man to even fire off, and when he gets 2 kills, it's after all of his team are dead. And then comes him. 6 rounds for NiP. Pretty easy A defense. Nothing shown by Space Soldiers there. No picks. Nothing. Just a standard A smoke take.
Yeah, and this is the issue right now for Space Soldiers. You've tried the default, didn't work out. Rez took advantage of that one. You've tried to go for the rushes towards the A site and you just get demolished time and time again, unless Zantares lands some crazy 1-peaks, it seems. What is going to be the next call here from Major? Is it going to be a mid-take and try to go for a vent split towards B? You know, Draken likes to opt towards the B bomb side, but actually now Draken oping. Oh, he's still opening. Wait, where's Draken opening? Sorry. Towards A. Okay, so switch it up. He was towards B, now towards A.
To be honest with the setup, it's just so they're going to go for a smoke, flash out A, and then just try and burst it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the buy rounds.
Ah.
Because obviously that's what we try and conjure up, what we expect to see in the next round. Boost coming out towards Vent for Forest, so we can actually aid the peak towards mid as well, which means obviously both Get Right and Dennis can play more passive towards mid. They have the backup, of Forest. Also means that they can't walk over Boost and walk and sneak up highway because Forest is there. Obviously, Dennis can spot the cross to Vent, and obviously Forest can spot the cross towards highway.
Well, Forest, the man, the myth, the legend, up in the vents, bomb dropped in the open. There's no one there to trade it. Calyx finally comes in with 2 shots, maybe even a third with Forest. Up in the vents, maybe overextending. Oh, Calyx runs out of ammo. He won't be able to get another shot off Forest. Surely shouldn't repeat this. This is dangerous for Forest at this point, but luckily it will be contained by Rez and Draken, both getting kills up on the A-bomb site. So NiP, they do shut down that anti-eco. But again, like, it just seems that Space Soldiers, 2 kills from Calyx or Zantares, but never on the same round.
Round number 12 then, 7-4. 5 AKs again for Space Soldiers. At least maybe try go for the open to Paz and see if you can boost someone to middle. See if Dennis towards Connect is going to wide face and give away that first frag potentially. maybe take that chance, but it seems like Space Soldiers don't want to be doing it. Mid control, sorry, should I say a main control right now from NiP, but the flashes do not work in their favor.
Yeah, perfect for Calyx. Those are some messed up grenades from NiP. Get right, needs to now stay alive, but they're going to wallbang him. Oh, he's 7 HP. Surely they'll expect to check this smoke once it's finished, but Calyx is even going to take him down, so that doesn't matter anymore. Space Soldiers with a 2-man advantage. We said 2 kills from Calyx in the previous round. This time he's done it again. And actually before his entire team have died as well. So Dennis looks to try and trade something out in middle. He does so, but again, can't push any further with that. He drops bomb, yeah, cool. But if he pushes, he's still alone. There's no way Space Soldiers aren't going to be able to refrag. So Dennis falls back knowing at least a 1-for-0 is good, but they're still down a man.
Completely giving up full B control as well. Boost towards middle from Space Soldiers. For NiP here as well, if Space Soldiers go towards B, NiP safe. If Space Soldiers go towards A, they have all their players here.
Oh no, Dennis gets flashed into main. Xantares gets taken down, but luckily enough, Major and Paz are there to save the day. Not for long.
30 seconds. Yeah, time to run back.
Plenty of time. Even Calyx up highway. Look at this. He can even catch Draken on that rotate. Hits a shot. AWP dropped. Maybe he'll even take it forward. No.
Wow. So that does, you know, tell us how much Space Soldiers really don't want to be bringing that AWP onto Paz. It feels like Paz is having more impact on the AK, and obviously for Space Soldiers, they want to play that fast style of CS. They want to be going for, you know, map control into a fast take towards B or A. So having the AWP, we know, is the most dynamic weapon, the most, as I said there, dynamic weapon essentially. It's not going to be great at going for those rushes. It's great again in the first pick, getting map control as well. Very good in the afterplants, obviously towards the A site, holding highway or towards A main, or on the B site, holding towards heaven or towards CT. But getting into that position, you could argue the AK could be more valuable in cash.
Oh, without a doubt. Boost up for Get Right, but he's got an MP9. This isn't the best position for the gun, because if they give up highway, then he's screwed.
Then again, is it the best position? Because if he's playing a normal, fair duel with the gun, he's probably going to lose it.
Good point. Just not the closest range gun. If they push out a main and get to Forklift, it's always an issue to try and get a range shot. But we'll see. Forest, first couple of kills, he shuts down the B play. So already, Get Right's position is null and void because it's actually a B play for Space Soldiers early on, just trying to take contact and control towards this checkers room. I can hear this player up in main. Flashbang goes in, smoke for the cross, but it's only a fake. Bomb still dropped outside that position. No one's committing with this. He'll spot Calyx, so yeah, I guess it is a good position. You're right after all.
1 versus 5 then. 40 seconds left. The money for NiP. If you're Paz, you can try and find a few extra frags and dent the money, the bank, the economy of NiP, but apart from that, no real chance of winning the round, especially with 30 seconds left and getting being spotted out.
Desperately checking his backline as well. Dennis is there though. Oh, good angle for Dennis. Has not going to walk into it. Just mildly closely avoids death. Res up in Squeaky and one on the site. Everyone missing their shots, but Paz will finally die. Another round on the ball for Space Soldiers. For NiP, sorry. Space Soldiers. They've got no money once again. This is a common theme. Pistols, in fact, are going to have to be employed.
Yeah, they can get 3 rifles if they wanted to, I believe. But apart from that,
do they want to buy up and
I think you save this round and give 9, play for a 9-6. I mean, Cash is one of those maps similar to Cobblestone, to sub-margin, where you could argue it's potentially a little bit T-sided, just a slightly bit. Maybe 60-40% T-sided. Usually you expect an 8-7 scoreline, usually very even in favour of the Ts. So 9-6, definitely serviceable. You can definitely work with that going forward onto your CT half of your Space Soldiers. You can try and get that second half pistol and get to 9-9 scoreline, and pretty much you're even Stevens.
Well, they decide to buy. I can see CZs, I can see a lone AK, but to what extent, I don't know just yet. We'll see how they have chosen to do this investment. Again, it is only a technical timeout, so plenty of time for them to buy up. I imagine it's on the end of NiP, with Space Soldiers all looking active and ready. So I'm seeing 3 AKs, a couple of CZs in play. Not too bad of a buy, as you said, 3 rifles. They can definitely get something done. And Space Soldiers, they always seem to be the team to buy up in this sort of scenario. When you kind of go, okay, do we eco and play for the full buy, or do we risk it with a bit of an off buy? It's not the worst. 2 CZs can certainly get the job done, but it does slightly hurt if you're running a default, for example. You don't always have the best guns for holding off a default and countering an M4 or an AWP.
Once again, B main control coming out from Engine with those grenades towards Checkers and B main itself. We might be seeing the AKs get boosted up towards mid here. Maybe see if Zatara's, Calyx can take a trade or take a duel story towards mid. You see Draken with the up towards Connector. Could be a defining factor here.
Boost over, Draken holding. Ready and waiting as a flash goes in. He's going to miss the shot. Gives an opportunity for Space Soldiers to take some mid control, but maybe he'll follow up. No, Antares takes him down, so an AWP dropped. Major could go pick that up potentially. Smoke up towards the top of Highway. Forest will rotate back in to try and make sure they still haven't taken that AWP. Antares and Major both up mid, but Major's not for long. Antares as well tries to take the fight, but he'll win it. Now, Getright just watching the Highway smoke. He knows the player's up there. Dennis is at least trying to cover his back from the car, but now they've wrapped the left side of the site, so Getright's got to move out of position. Good choice, good communication from NiP. As Getright knows which angles he needs to cover and which angles he needs to hide from, but he still won't get any kills. Paz will take him down. So it's a 2v2 on the retake. Engine's still under-equipped for this fight, and low HP. As NiP move back in. Engine forced out to the open, but so is Paz. He gets one. Engine tries to trade Paz. Pistols out for Rez. He's chasing down with the USP. Swapped out to the picked up AK, but he can't get the shot. It's going to be Paz running to the back of the site with low ammo. Fake flash. Pistol out again for Rez. He gets it. Sloppy clutch, but it doesn't matter. Rez has put up 3 kills, and he saved NiP here, stopping Space Soldiers for winning with their force.
9-5. Bomb being planted there for Space Soldiers. They tried to get in towards that get in towards that A site within Highway as well. A great smoke as well. You saw that smoke being deployed probably by Getright or Dennis, one of the two, to deny the split to come out towards the A site. It meant that the players in mid couldn't attack as one from Highway, from a main at the same time simultaneously. It made it so awkward for Space Soldiers to find success there. You know, great idea. B main control into a Highway split. They know Dennis plays towards Connector. You can smoke of Con and then try and exploit that. But let's see, Dennis playing on top of Red. Is he going to be too close range versus the back 10s?
They're so close, they're all around him. He has no idea which angle to watch. Getright doesn't have his back on the edge of the smoke, but he does have 2 kills, trading from Major. Now a 3v3 in play. Draken can't go for this fight with the AWP. The Molotov will go in, but it won't stop the plant. That's gone down for Space Soldiers. 3-on-3 still. Rez coming in through main, 3-pronged attack from NiP as they come from different positions. Space Soldiers still under-equipped for this post-plant, but if they can at least play a close-range game, you can see shots from Highway trying to bait Space Soldiers to look away from main. Forest attempts to do it, but Draken lands a shot with the AWP. Rez finally going to try and come in through main, but Draken's done it all. He's found 2 kills with the AWP. Paz caught out in the open, and Rez will finish it off. Nice work on the retake from NiP. 9 rounds make it 10. Double digits on the half, looking very strong.
Very strong indeed. NiP 10-5 up. Space Soldiers so far so strong in their pistol rounds as well. One of the things we said in the prelude before this best of 2 started was, you know, the addition of Dennis. You know, are they going to be very strong in their pistol rounds? Yeah. But seems like so far Space Soldiers have had their had their number essentially. So coming into this last pistol of the day, last pistol of the week as well, 10-5. Space Soldiers. If there's one time to have good pistols, it's right now when you need it.
Yeah, definitely. Coming back from this deficit is going to be interesting. Obviously, we kind of looked at a similar situation on Train. For those who missed it, it was an 11-4 half for NiP. We're all the way back to OT by Space Soldiers, but they weren't able to close up the map. At one point, they had the 15-14.
No, it was...
Oh, no, because it was a clutch from Paz up in Heaven, or Engine. Someone.
It was the Rez 2K pop and then Getright versus...
Yeah, you're right. But either way, they brought it back from a horrible scoreline in the first half. So Space Soldiers definitely not going to be a team who's rare to do this. They can certainly pull it back. It's just, as you say, so dependent on this pistol round.
It is potentially. Obviously, for both spectrums, right? 10-5, you win the pistol. If you are the CT side, you don't allow the bomb to go down onto NiP, so they are forced onto that, you know, lose the pistol, full force buy, they lose the force buy, fully eco 3 rounds, 10-8 scoreline, you know, right back into that one, CT side. On the flip side, though, for Getright and the NiP boys, you know, we could see the exact same sort of storyline. 3 rounds additionally, 30-5 scoreline, 8-round advantage on there. Now T-side of cash. Yeah, I see that pretty much being a 2-0 here for NiP.
Yeah, very possible. NiP obviously just coming off the back of a loss to Fnatic earlier in the day, but these are their first officials with Dennis at CIGL, which makes a huge difference. So we're back into it, second half. NiP looking to finally find a pistol round tonight. They have been struggling, but they're already off to a good start. Damage done to Engine with the kit. He's already on the rotation. NiP have jumped in through the vents, but Major's at the back of the site. Doesn't matter. He's just going to get decapitated. Calyx responds with a quick shot of his own. Make it 2 and 3. Rez dropped and Forest will follow as 2 more men left standing for NiP, but Calyx He won't give them the satisfaction. Another pistol round for Space Soldiers.
4 out of 4 pistol rounds, 1 now for Space Soldiers. And a new lease of life back into this one. Essentially, a lifeline's been given to Space Soldiers. If they'd lost that pistol, you know, 13-5 scoreline, pretty much as good as done. They deny the bomb plan as well, most importantly. They should get all 3 conversion rounds out of that.
You'd like to think, but NiP have Deagles in. Unfortunately, no utility. Space Soldiers a bit risky with the SMGs, but it's what they're known for. They've still got 2 M4s to rely on. As Calyx sits close, Draken may not expect this. Flash in. Oh, no, that's a whiff. Draken will flick back and get the kill. Reliable shot as always, but luckily Mage is there to save it. 2 from him. Xantara's work on the other side of the map as well. And Paz will follow up, so everyone getting decimated here from NiP. But for a second, just a split second, I was slightly worried for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, it looked like Calyx thought he killed the first player with a double headshot. But instead, obviously, you know the argument going out right now. If you land the first dink with the M4 and it like tilts the head back and then you miss the second shot, if you know what I mean.
Broken game. Yeah,
it doesn't work, but 5-man force fire from NiP in that last round, so there will be a big distinctive lack of the AWP onto Draken into the first bounty on the second half, and that might be, you know, a window of opportunity for Space Soldiers. Think of it like this, right? They go 10-5 down first half. They win the second half pistol. They come back into it as we're likely to see 10-8. Because of the full force fire from NiP, they're going to be lacking an AWP, an integral part of their T-sides, especially as Dennis is trying to freestyle cool, but I'll come back to it later.
Oh, Calyx, he lines up 2. Bit of money being made, but Major needs to save the day again. It's a nade out towards main, dropping the bomb, and Rez with it. Engine comes in through the vents, but again, Draken flicking on the B site. Name a more iconic during this game. Major's going to be alone. Has to get that reload in as well, switching at an unfortunate time. Draken's on a 3K right now with only a P250. He hasn't got the bomb, but I mean, he can just throw in some mind games. Got some time, right?
Yeah, I mean, what time is it? It's only 10 o'clock, you know, you've got a few hours left.
Yeah, probably this game, if it ends up in OT like the last, you never know.
Potentially. Potentially. 10 HP for Draken. 1 shot would take him down. Paz as well, the Molotov, so we can molly at the bomb as well if it does go to like 25 seconds or whatever. So, denying a real chance for Draken, trying to see if he can find some extra frags and dent this economy from Space Soldiers even more. But back to the point I was making before, Hugo. 10-8 scoreline now. And because NiP are fully forced, well, there you have it. 3 frags with a P250 sends all of my talk completely out the window.
Wow. Spy from NiP, let's see what it can amount to. Because obviously lacking slightly on the utility, but at least they got that up, even with glass cannon. Alex on his own AWP as well on the CT side. He's up towards B. He is alone as well. Reliable player to leave on the bomb site on his own. But let's see if NiP can work that out, because if they do, I'm sure they'd rather they're opt to a site with 1 player rather than a site with 3. As I say that, Major will come in through the vent. So we have a bit of mid control, a triple mid setup actually for the Space Soldiers side. So quite good if NiP do decide to commit towards that area of the map. They do have the boost, so certainly considering it right now. Garrett's actually opened up as well. That's a player at the back of B.
Yeah, he had the AWP as well. Calyx had the AWP and he lost that duel. Draken though, it's a second entry, this time towards mid. So 5 versus 3, 2-man advantage here for NiP going forward. Dennis in towards vents, and Torrent spots him out, trying to see if he can work out how to peek this one. Smoke comes out towards connector, will face slightly. But Dennis, if he gets the wide face timing right, he should win this duel, but maybe not versus Antares.
No, that's not going to work out at all. 3-on-4. NiP looking to make a bit of a play to the A site. Paz and Xantares are the last 2 standing here on the site. Long rotation for Major. There's a shot from Xantares. Only 1 shot though. Paz needs to make up for it. Bomb drop. Information gained and the spray as well hit. Paz will do it all, but he's now got to do everything else as he's in a 1v1. Draken's already found the player working his way up from the car, and Paz playing on the edge of the smoke. Draken doesn't know it yet. He's got the bomb down. Draken checking the wrong angles, making noise. Paz is still rapping. He's going to jump it. Oh my God. Paz, mid-air headshot. As he touches the ground, he wins the round, and Space Soldiers up to 9.
Only 1 round behind now for Space Soldiers, and they may be making up for that difference with the Seeker potentially coming up from NiP. So we should be seeing a 10-10 scoreline. Both pistols have been won from Space Soldiers, so similar scenario to what we saw on Train, where NiP are so strong in these buy rounds, but the issue that comes into the latter portions of this game is what happens when NiP face economical struggles?
Big question mark. Obviously lots of Molotovs, lots of utility for this A play that we know them for. The thing is, will Space Soldiers know how to counter it? We've got the reverse door open here. Opens it inwards, allows NiP a better chance to look in, but that means Space Soldiers know at least 2 players are in Squeaky, so from that they can expect an A play. And that's why we have this rotate, and just going to move up. We also have Calyx leaving the V-bomb site, leaving Major alone there. Very, very expectant of this potential push, and they're going to have the right read. NiP.
Ha, it's the Molotovs as well.
Yeah. As I said, it's the classic execute.
Bomb going to be joining towards A. Flashbang comes out, and here comes the swarm of NiP players towards A.
Oh, is that Torres? He's found one, but he didn't get traded from Forest. Coming in through the forklift, he's dead. Paz, and again, another 2K. Nice spray control, but it's not enough. I don't think Calyx saw that angle either. Forest actually in main, not on forklift. Just going to look for the headshot. There it is. Needs to find a gun, though, because he's still only got a CZ. Pretty under-equipped. Uses the smoke before it fades to cross. Could grab the bomb as well, but where is the second player? You can see him trying to work out. Major's coming from the back. No gun for Forest, but this footstep will give it all away. Major can hear everything. Maybe go for the wallbang. Forest is low after all, but he'd rather guarantee the kill and push out back through the spawn. There it is. 10 rounds for Space Soldiers. Snods, it's happening again.
Yeah, I mean, the comeback from Space Soldiers seems to be so apparent today. 10-10 scoreline into round number 22. But it will be the buy coming out for both teams this time. No glass cannon AWP, it will be backed up by Kevlar. And that might mean, you know, some more aggression from Draken. Obviously, when you have the AWP, you lack Kevlar. A lot of the times, you're not the one making the first initial move. You're more responsive with the AWP. You're hoping that a player jiggle peeks into your crosshair or an AWP peeks into you. But now on the T side, with Kevlar as well, will Draken try and impose his own game style? He'll get aggressive and find the first frag, an entry that NiP seem to be lacking.
Double nade over the top. Somehow catches Forest while he's in main, but barely. Re-push up from Major towards B as well, but they've got to be careful not to give away this pick with NiP having 2 players outside of that site. With the bomb drop there as well, it hints towards this late round B play, but currently establishing this default. Trying to work out where Space Soldiers are, where their setup is, and in fact it's 4 towards A once again, but not with any information this time. Yes, there's 1 player Squeaky just trying to cause a bit of a ruckus, but Space Soldiers at least rotated heavily last round, knowing there were at least 2 in Squeaky, and you don't go for 2 Squeaky unless there's a bit of commitment towards A. Although Space Soldiers changing the setup quite drastically now. I wonder what's caused this. We do have NiP gaining ground towards the B side of the map. So I can assume Space Soldiers have some knowledge there. This counter boost events could be good to catch off a close mid player, but unfortunately there's no one there for Space Soldiers. Their only mid player engine is out now left towards a CT spawn.
Oh dear, look how close he is as well. Paz has a Molotov, 30 seconds left. We need the Molotovs instead, goes for the peak. Questionable. I mean, if that Molotov goes towards team in, it denies the attack, it denies everything. It's all falling apart now for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, 2 entries for NiP, that's perfect. And everyone's on the wrong side of the map as well. That early A setup would have worked great, but they pre-rotated it off of a little bit of information of NiP having presence on B, but Space Soldiers seem to be over-rotating here. That may come back to haunt them on the CT side.
Well, we have seen some close rounds already. AWP from Draken playing so aggressive, as I was alluding to, you know, boosting up towards vent, clears out middle.
Oh,
Calyx, though, too swift.
What a shot.
Yeah, he's fast.
Draken certainly knows that.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the pistol as well. Well, 11-10 now in favour of NiP. 4 players staying alive as well, so doesn't really build the narrative of what happens if a reset comes in the court for NiP. Will their money be reset back to 0? Are they going to be able to afford a buy? That was a fast shot as well, but are they going to be able to afford a buy? And they can. So, after the investments happen, the reimburse in terms of utility and Kevlar and dropping over weapons as well for NiP, how much cash is going to be left and what happens if Space Soldiers win this round? Great pause to come out, because for me, this is one of these rounds which really sets the rest of the match. The game's on a knife's edge. Wish I could see the money. Explain it. Matt, if you can hear me somewhere in the distance. There he is. So, in terms of cash for both teams, you can see NiP lose this one. Their max round loss bonus is reset back down to 1,400. So, what's that? $2,900 there for Draken, $3,000-ish for Get Right. 3,700, sorry, for Get Right. So Rez and Get Right could buy, but if they lose this round to Hugo, 2 AKs, if that, weak utility, CZ buy, UMP maybe for Draken. And conversely, for Space Soldiers, it's the exact same. Their money's on a knife's edge as well. This game could definitely be a fortune teller as to who is the victor in this matchup. Whoever wins round number 22 could be the victor here on this final map of the week.
Well, NiP early outside of B again. So a bit of this earlier in the half, but Calyx going to get flashed out, smokes just so they can't push. Actually counters the molly as well. Major's still here though. Get Right pushed up, but blinded. Major can take the frag, and Rez, while he does get the trade, it's still costly. Information has been gained, but rotation is slow. We've harped on Space Soldiers not being too fast at being too fast at it. Now they're not fast at all. Boris even going to catch a mid player. There's only still one player on this B bomb site. Now the bomb's been spotted. Now we need the rotation, but Calyx, not known to miss these shots, misses 2, and Rez can get the response. Now Paz, too late to the site. And what is that from Space Soldiers? So unfortunate on those rotations, but playing themselves.
12 to 10 then. Eco forced onto Space Soldiers. And this is going to be a 13-10 scoreline. You can see Dennis anticipates the money as well, going to be weak from Space Soldiers. Instantly invest into the MAC-10. I love seeing the MAC-10 buys, the money guns being brought into these sort of rounds where you can be as efficient as possible. Not only in terms of money, but use the MAC-10 to gain information. Or on the flip side, just rush towards A and see what happens.
Smoke on the cross for Forest. Draken gets the opening kill. 13-10 that we expect here is looking more and more likely as this round unfolds. Antares can't get anything done with the USP. No one can. In fact, Engine's dead. Calyx is 1. There's the need to seal the deal. Major is now already on B. Looking maybe to save his PT-50. I mean, he's playing an off angle on B right now. I'm not too sure. No, he'll move up. Okay. Not a whole reason to save here. With this being the 3rd round in a row that Space Soldiers have lost, 2,400, Major will have 4,400, so no reason to save this P250. It's not like they're eco again.
Yeah, it's a good point, really. I mean, $2,000 across the board for Space Soldiers. We know that not having the AWP onto Paz isn't really going to be impeding their CT side too much, but usually if Paz does invest into the AWP, it is on the CT side. But as we know, Paz, versatile with both the rifle and the AWP, so it shouldn't affect them too much. 13 to 10, 3-round advantage now for NiP. And it's going to be the buy from Space Soldiers. Instant investments here into the M4s. How's their buy going to be shaping up? Paz or Centaurus, who's going to be the kit bearer? Or will Paz buy a UMP and get some full utility?
Ooh, I hope someone gets a kit at the very least. No.
I want to see aggression. If you're going to buy no defuse kit, heavy towards mid, maybe 3-1-1, but instead, no. It could be fast play towards a main, but a dink through the sheet there, the metal sheet towards mid will grant the first 60 points of damage onto Engine, so he's going to be drastically weaker now in these duels. Aggression from Get Right towards Checkers eventually will be flashed away. Major in towards Vent, sees no one, so we can give the information away, but it will be a double highway setup coming up from Space Soldier, but they are lacking the kits. If they don't get aggressive here soon, if the bomb does go down here, Hugo, you know, 1 Molotov left onto Calyx, but apart from that, it's not looking too good when the retake does come to fruition.
Not at all. We've already talked about them on this B site having issues, so Major and Calyx being the only 2 players even close, with no one even in the connector to rotate. It's actually up highway. This is going to be perfect for NiP. They get the entries, they've won the round, because as you said, I don't see this retake happening. Utility is non-existent. So are kits. Major is somehow alive in all of this madness. Pinned between 2 mollies, sat in the smoke. NiP, they haven't committed. They're actually going to fall back off this? Huh.
What have they got left? I mean, they used so many grenades there.
Yeah, that's
one smoke. They can smoke highway, flash out towards the site, but Paz. And going to be backed up by Zentaras alongside of Engine. 3 players entrenched and out towards the A site. 4 Space Soldiers. Can NiP pull it off with just 1 smoke and a flash?
Space Soldiers have them exactly where they want them. Low time on the site. Rez already with the entry, and Dennis can follow up, but Zentaras alive and kicking, not for long. Forrest finds a kill. It seemed like Space Soldiers had that round in the bag, but somehow Get Right goes and gets 2 lurking frags on the B bomb site. Space Soldiers, they're going to fall short of that round. No money to play with, Snods. This is looking like NiP may be able to run away with this game.
Maybe. Seems like Space Soldiers all out of steam. They win both the pistols, 5-round buffer. But of course, into the consistency of the buy rounds, NiP prevail time and time again.
That's the crazy part, right? The fact that you win
4 out of 4 pistols.
4 pistols and you can't win a map.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
fair play to Space Soldiers. We know, I mean, Calyx obviously is displaying it already, but the individual skill onto Space Soldiers is so high. That's why they're so strong and prolific on these pistol rounds.
Just not able to get too much further unless they can turn it around here. Obviously, they haven't fully forced. They've still got some money left in the bank, so I can come in next round regardless. They're just trying to do something in this round. If they can get some guns, save some weapons, it's anything here. We saw, obviously, a similar force by NiP one at 15-14.
Train.
Exactly.
14-14 even. To force OT, essentially.
Yeah, with Rez getting a 2K with a CZ. So anything is possible right here. NiP know that themselves, so they have to be very careful with clearing out the B bomb site. So he can get the bomb down, open plant, good for his team, but they're going to flash it through. And everyone's blind, Get Right can't step up. No way they're going to do this. Great spray from Dennis, gets 2 kills with it. Xantares is still alive though, and as long as he's alive, this round is still in play. It's not over yet, but Draken will make it so. 15 rounds for NiP. Yes, they lose 3 players, but at this point, they're just happy they got the round. They've got the cash to play with after all.
Is there going to be a pause called by Major?
I would hope so.
Okay, so what are they going to change here? NiP, so far on the T sides, favouring towards the A bomb, so they have gone towards B a few times, but as we saw, you know, they'll go towards B. If one thing goes wrong, Major puts out a Molotov, for example, they'll instantly go back towards the A bomb, so they've been so effective at getting control towards A. Very good trade frags coming out from NiP. Draken burning alive, but not before Get Right finds the first entry. Oh my goodness, the AWP as well from Calyx missing, and now Get Right goes through the B main smoke behind him.
No way, Get Right stuck into the site. Dennis has also found a pick onto middle. This is perfect for NiP. Get Right is still in position. He's on the B site. Calyx has no idea. He's finally seen him. Pistol is out, finishing off the job as well, but what a mess that was. NiP used all of that time and all of that rotation to pull everyone back towards A, where no one's playing for Space Soldiers.
3 versus 2, man advantage now for NiP. Lacking the defuse kits as well. They have the Molotov onto Calyx. He can deploy it now towards the side, but it's a flashbang instead for Xantares.
Forrest getting the bomb down, punching in the numbers. Xantares back in, but he's 2 dead. And Calyx 1 tap by Rez. That'll be it. NiP take it. A 2-0 here. Their debut in Pro League tonight. Obviously, them losing to Fnatic. They come back in great style and destroy Space Soldiers on cash. Yeah. Pretty happy with that map, I would say, for NiP.
Yeah, I mean, close down to the wire, 16-10, 16-11, NiP on their T sides prevailing. 4 out of 4 pistols won by Space Soldiers, so it really goes to show the pure individual skill onto some of those players for Space Soldiers, but maybe not on a tactical level, maybe teamwork, who knows what sort of level it is, but it seems like Space Soldiers have the skill. Just what's next for this team?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's still plenty of Pro League for them to play out, right? There's still plenty of opportunities for them to show what they're made of, right? We have some wins on their belt already. I mean, they destroyed LDLC and Heroic yesterday. Actually, they split maps against LDLC, but that was a bit of a crazy map anyway on Combo anyway. So we won't talk about that one. But Space Soldiers, we know their skill cap, we know the potential. They've taken maps off the top tier teams, online, on LAN as well. If we look back to Cologne this year, we're going to be seeing them at some bigger events, I'm sure, coming up in 2018. Maybe some ESL events on top of that as well, some IEMs. But at least in Pro League, this isn't. It's not over. It's not over for this team. This team is going to have a lot of wins under their belt. I think. I think Space Soldiers will make LAN, to be honest.
Potentially, obviously, this could have been a massive win. NiP potentially scouts to be one of the teams going into the top 6 at that LAN. Hellraisers might be the big upset team of the season as well. I mean, obviously, what are they now? 4-3 or something along those lines. Obviously,
it's not bad at all.
1-1 versus Na'Vi, 2-0 as well they had versus Fnatic. So Hellraisers looking strong. NiP doing well. Well, 2-2 split maps on the debut, but at least showing some presence there, even though they lost the pistols.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, crucially for Space Soldiers as well. I mean, debut into Pro League. debut into Pro League. And they're 4-3.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at the results, at least from tonight's matches, at the very least. Get them up on the screen now. So you can see what happened, at least on the main stream and the B stream. Obviously, we talked about it earlier. NiP 2-0 loss to Fnatic. Fnatic 2-0 win versus G2. Great stuff there. And North splitting maps with Na'Vi, who looked quite strong.
Inferno. They won an Inferno.
Yeah, that's...
Na'Vi been so strong in Inferno recently. Wow, that is impressive. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
very, very interesting matches then. You know, not only did Fnatic go 4-0 tonight after they had their struggle in the first couple of days, but also Heroic upset 2-0 against Astralis.
After yesterday's performance versus Space Soldiers?
Exactly. NiP coming in after a 2-0 loss to beat Space Soldiers twice. I mean, this has been a day of ups and downs for all teams. Not bad at all.
No, great games. Obviously, that does conclude it, though.
Yeah.
Match of the week, probably for me, either the Heroic Astralis one or maybe the Hellraisers Fnatic one.
That's got to be it for me. I mean,
the Hellraisers Fnatic.
In terms of maps, I would go Na'Vi. Hellraisers was very good on Overpass, 16-14. Or the Fnatic Hellraisers match on Overpass as well. That was sick.
Overtime, yeah.
So many clutches, so many amazing plays. Dead Fox going crazy with the MP9, if you remember. Angel with the 1v4 on the B side with the AWP. So much stuff. But either way, that is it. That is week 1 done here for ESL Pro League, at least on the B stream for the EU division. Obviously, NA will be coming up later. It might already be live, actually. So check out facebook.com/ESL Pro League CSGO if you want to see all the streams there. We'll be back on the 6th of March with more B stream action for you guys. So, not any final words before we go?
Had a great time. Thanks for having me, and see you all soon.
We'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.